The Ather 450X has been the benchmark for electric scooters in India. It's a good mix of performance and features, but improvement is the name of the game, and that's what the third generation of the 450X promises. Big little changes.
You would be hard-pressed to think that this is the third generation of the Ather 450X. There are no aesthetic changes per se, it's the same design and chassis, but you do get smaller and more important changes. The rear view mirrors, for instance, are bigger now. They're all new, less sharp looking, but definitely more functional. You also get new tires that are co-developed by Ather and MRF, and you get a wider 100 section tire at the rear. Now what it really does, aesthetically at least, is make the rear three-quarter look less awkward than before, and I do think that's a big change on the scooter. Both these changes, the rear view mirrors and the tires, can be retrofitted on the older generations as well. But one thing that Ather does miss out on is offering new colors. You still get the space grey, white and mint green options, but this would have been a good time to bring new colors as well to the 450X.
Ather has not made any changes to the chassis either, so some of the older issues continue to be carried over. The floorboard remains high, and the seat gets a tad uncomfortable for taller riders. But you do get a side step as an accessory. It has been neatly integrated in the design and is a highlight specific to the Gen 3 version for now.
But the big update comes in the form of a new battery pack. It's a larger 3.7 kWh battery pack with 17 more cells than before. It continues to sit beneath the floorboard, but with new mounting points. So with the older generations, you cannot really go and retrofit this battery. But it also brings three big changes on the scooter. Firstly, your range has finally crossed the 100 km threshold, and now you get a true range of 105 km on a single charge. And that's a big update because it finally catches up to the likes of Ola and even the upcoming Simple Energy's One scooter. Another change is that thermal efficiency has gone up by 20%, and because of that, you can now sit at higher speeds for longer period.
Performance figures remain the same on the Gen 3 450X, and that's despite the 5 kg increment in weight. So all the good bits have been retained. Acceleration remains strong, and throttle calibration is seamless. There's ample low-end power, and the new Smart Eco mode also helps you manage power and range more efficiently. However, the Warp mode is where the fun is, and it continues to make the 450X an entertaining scooter. But stay at high speeds for longer, and the battery will deplete fast despite the longer range. The new tire pattern also improves the handling on the 450X by a small margin. The difference is subtle but notable. The ride quality continues to be slightly firm, and we would have liked a smoother suspension effort here. The Gen 3 version brings updates to the scooter's user interface as well. It now gets a bigger 2GB RAM. As a result, you now switch between applications faster, type faster, and the map loads faster too. Ather says this allows them to introduce more complicated apps in the future, like voice command, opening up room for more possibilities.
The Ather 450X Gen 3 is more about the small changes contributing to the big sum of things. This was always a proven product, and there's no doubt about that. But the small changes do make a big difference now indeed. But what we would have liked were more comprehensive changes to the chassis and to the design as well. But for those concerned with the battery life itself and battery safety, this update does answer a lot of those concerns. So what I do think that this is now a better product than before, but it's now more capable to take on competition that's fast growing and fast evolving in this segment.
The 450 platform is now reaching the peak of its performance, and the latest update keeps it in line with customer expectations. Prices are expected to see a premium of about 10,000 rupees. At that pricing, it's still a premium scooter, and the improvements are important if not enough. Nevertheless, it is a step in the right direction, helping the 450X retain its benchmark title. But the rivals are closing that gap faster than you think.